Oftentimes, it's not that people think that you're doing too much. It's just that they are too little for the life that you are building. Let's get into it, man. What's going on, my fighters? What's going on? What's going on? Easy. This is Anthony. Thanks a lot for rocking with me again. And welcome to Next Round. And what we're going to be vibing on here today is that when you're too much. You know, when you hear somebody say, or you hear people say, oh, you doing too much. You doing too much. Everybody's doing too much, right? And then you find out it's not really that you're doing too much. It's just the fact that they are not able to keep into or fit into what you're doing. So what I want you to understand, that be too much for the right reasons. So stop shrinking to fit people's vision or their life because they never grew. I want you to stop shrinking to fit people who never grew. So here's what we want to get at, man. I want you to understand that a lot of men are dimming their light. They're dimming their strength because they're afraid of growth. They're afraid of growth because, you know, you got your people, you got your family. Like, I don't want nobody to think that I'm getting better than them. I don't want nobody to think that I'm weak. I don't want nobody to think that, you know, I feel like I'm the bougie one or whatever you want to call it. No. But they're afraid that their growth will expose someone else's comfort. Some people are comfort at mediocrity. Some people are comfortable below mediocrity. But you start dreaming bigger, you start talking bigger, you start moving bigger, and suddenly you're doing too much. Bro, you're doing too much. You're going to hear that. But the truth is, you're only becoming a version of yourself that you were scared to meet. You became the version of yourself that you were scared to meet. So now you have to make a choice. Do I shrink back to fit these people's way, how they think? Do I shrink back to fit their frame of reference of how is it their life is supposed to be by just playing small? And that's what we will do. Some fellas do that because they just want to keep everything copacetic. So they just want to keep people in line with, I'm making everybody happy. Everybody's happy. It's all good. But here's the thing, homeboy, you're not happy. You're not happy. You're sitting there like, man, I could be doing this right now. But you know what? I don't need to get on that right now. I can do it another time. Man, you know what? This should be getting fixed. I could be taking a class right now, a course or something, just to get better in my finances or get better with my mindset. But you know, I don't want nobody to think that. I don't want nobody to think that I'm trying to. So we hide it. So listen, man, I want to put you on to this. I remember working with a guy. I was working at Amazon years ago. I was working in an Amazon warehouse. And homeboy was trying to learn the steps of entrepreneurship. And he used to always talk about it. That's when I tell you, anytime you got around this dude, I remember his name too. Anytime you got around this dude, that's all he would talk about. Entrepreneurship and owning this and owning that. And I was like, all right, cool. But at the time, a lot of us wasn't in that space. We wasn't on that time. So, but he was on it. So then as time progressed, he would talk about it, and then I would hear the others start talking about him. But I liked hearing him. Anytime we would sit with each other, he would come and sit by me. Hey, what's going on, Ant? What up? How are you? Like, just trying to see what I can do. That's all he would say. Just trying to see what I can do out in this world. All right. And he would have books on entrepreneurship, or he had books on a business or whatever. And as time went on, my man would just deal with people on the floor who will clown him like, here comes, they call him entrepreneur. Like they said, he's always on something. Always. He always on this. He always on that. And he's always on and on and on. And here it is. And nothing happening. And things weren't really happening for him. However, he stayed on his path. Now, the crazy thing was, a year or so after, I went to a seminar. And they were talking about those who are running their business. When I looked on the stage, it was this same guy who was on the panel. Same dude on the panel. And I said, people who's laughing at this guy, he's on the panel. I didn't go up to see him or anything. I was just like, wow, there he is. There he is. There was a time when they used to clown him like, bro, you trying to get on to da-da-da. You still trying to do? He's like, nah, man, that idea is gone. He would shrink back on it because for them, they were just cool with just getting a job, just getting a paycheck. That was it. So he would shrink back. And you could just see it. Like anytime they say, yo, man, we going out. We're going to go here. We're going to go and have a drink at the bar after you coming. You can see on his face, he really didn't want to go. He was like, oh, and they would have to sometimes just bait him. Like, come on, man, come on. Let's go. You always trying to go home and do what? You ain't got no girl. You ain't got this. No girl want to be with you. Nobody. You can't go on a date. You can't even find a date. They will clown him, but you can see it that he just didn't want to do all that. But he went. Until finally he had to say, nah, I'm good. I'm not going with y'all today. Nah, I'm not going to be going this night. Nah, y'all go ahead. Y'all enjoy. I'll hear about it. Wish normally you did hear about it the next day. Same thing, same old thing. But here's the thing that happened. While he was growing in what he was growing, those people, they were still in the exact same place. They were in the exact same place. He was growing. Those people were still there. And those guys, I'm sure they wouldn't go into those type of rooms, but he did. He was in those rooms. And my man wasn't arrogant. He was not arrogant about it. When you would hear him talk, humility, was not boastful or anything. But the thing was, he grew unavailable to small thinking. You just had some of the guys who was talking like, man, I just want to get this car and this whip, and I just want to get that whip, and I just want to be able to go to the club and stay in the booth, get a booth here and do this and do that. And it's like, that's all these guys was talking about. But he wasn't on that time. Small thinking. He wasn't on small thinking. He was long past getting a dope car, and that was it. He was long past trying to get the nice clothes. He was long past that. He's like, nah, I need something way more than that. I haven't kept up with the brother in years. I don't even know if he still has his business. I don't even know, but I pray he does. If you're listening and you're watching this, I pray your business is flourishing if you still have it, man. But yeah, he had to understand that. So that's the same thing with you. He had to get away from their small thinking. Some of you have to get away from your friends and family who has small thinking. I had to deal with that with people in my family when I'm like, hey, I'm looking to do this and that. You know what the first thing I would hear? You can't do that. Okay. And I used to run with it. I used to believe it until whenever that first time when I said, all right, you say I can't do it, no problem. And I was called, yo, you're being defiant. When they're telling you don't do it or you can't do it, you still going to push for it? Absolutely. Because what if I do get it? What if I do make it? Then what? The biggest thing that will get me is the ghost of regret. Go and read up and check out how many old men, whether they're in the nursing homes or they're in the hospitals on their dying bed. Old people, you just hear them. I had the biggest ghost and the biggest thing that hits me is the spirit of regret. Because they regret that they didn't take that chance when they was 30. They didn't take that chance when they was 28, 40, whatever time. They didn't do it. Because they just felt like this was better to do than trying to launch out into something else. So here's what I need you to understand, man. When you're shrinking yourself to make others comfortable, it is slow suicide. It is slow suicide because you're killing your vision, you're killing your dream, you're killing your aspirations just to suit their mediocrity. Just to suit their mediocrity. They're just living for today. They're just living for survival. You're not on that time. Also, the cost of fitting in death. The cost of fitting in is the death of who you're becoming. The cost of fitting in is the death of who you're becoming. So now you're trying to become this person. Yeah, because you want to fit in, because you want to line up with these people. Yeah, it's slowly killing you. Remember what I said? It's slow suicide and it's slowly killing you because there's a higher cost with you trying to fit in with somebody. Oh, you doing that? You doing this YouTube thing? Oh, you doing that songwriting thing? Oh, you doing that writing thing? Are you doing that? Or you're an author? Or you're an author now? Oh, okay. They're going to clown you. But if you fit in, say, no, not really, not no book, just a little something, that's all. No, I'm not really writing no song. Just an idea, just something I thought about. I heard this song, so I was like, yeah, I could write that. And then you just douse it, you just put it to the side, and you douse water on this little flame that was just already ignited, and it was starting to blow up a little. But you put the water on it. So this is what I need you to do, man. Choose alignment over approval. Choose your alignment over approval. Alignment means much more than the claps, than the likes, than that's my boy on YouTube or Facebook or IG or TikTok. The approval don't only hold up too long, because I promise you, look back on your IG or TikToks and you're going to see 36 weeks later, you see anybody else still showing you love like that? No. It's done with. They moved on with their life. So do you. Next up, if someone feels threatened by your growth, that's evidence you need new proximity, not a smaller presence. Not a smaller presence. You need new proximity. You need to get around different people now. You need to be in proximity of people who are higher. Your altitude is determined by your proximity. If you're next to those who are going up, that's where you're going. You want to be up with them too. But you can't give yourself a smaller presence. Because when you go in a smaller presence and you make yourself a smaller presence, here comes this altitude, it starts to decrease. And then you're going to be right back at ground level. That's where you don't want to stay at. That's where you're trying to get away from, ground level. Keep rising. Let them adjust or fade. Keep rising. You're going to they're going to have to either adjust to you, or they're going to have to fade out. And listen to me, gentlemen, listen to me. I want you to hear me very, very clearly. Oftentimes, they're not going to adjust. They may fade out. And I don't care if that's your day one, that's your buddy that you've known from since whatever time. Okay. You may have to fade out. That means y'all may not vibe like that anymore. Y'all may not vibe again, period. But it's okay. It's okay. You're going to have to deal with whenever they're coming out to the space where they're like, all right, well, you heard about Rodney or whatever? And they just say, I don't even talk to that guy no more. Talk about you. I don't even talk to him no more. I don't even know what he's doing, but something he said he was writing. He's last time I heard from him, he said he was writing some book, or he was writing some song, or he said that he was thinking of opening up a restaurant, something like that, but I don't know. There's no hard feelings with it, but you got to understand, you're thinking and moving big, that is going to be too much for them. Because at some point, they're going to have to know, all right, my man is doing this, but I'm just here. It's going to be a conviction thing. So that's where you got to see where you're at. So keep rising, man. They're going to have to either adjust to who you are and what you're doing, or they're going to have to fade out. It's going to be hard, but it's going to be worth it. Yo, fellas, thanks a lot for rocking with me. And as always, I am grateful that you are here. But please, as you go ahead and move with me, like, subscribe, share, comment, put that all in there, man. And I want to keep going with you. But as you evolve, this is all part of your evolving. As you dream bigger, as you dream more, as you move bigger, it is not perfection. It is just you evolving. And as you evolve, always remember that whether you win or lose, the fight is never over. It is just your next round. I'm Anthony. I'm going to catch you on the next one, y'all. Peace.